Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of the NielServices podcast. I'm your host, and today is all about the silent trap most busy folks fall into trying to do absolutely everything themselves. It sounds noble, but honestly, it's just exhausting.
I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. It's wild. One minute you're knocking out your main projects, and the next thing you know, you're drowning in emails, hunting for calendar gaps, and somehow troubleshooting your printer. All that busy work just adds up, doesn't it?
Oh, totally. I used to think checking off a million tiny tasks meant I was productive, but really, it just meant my brain was cooked by noon. What do you think is the biggest cost of being stuck in that do-everything mode?
Honestly, the biggest price is creativity. When you're buried under a pile of admin tasks, there's just no mental space left for big-picture thinking or problem-solving. Plus, all that context switching, jumping from spreadsheets to support tickets leaves you frazzled by the end of the day.
And the burnout is real. By Friday, it's like, wait, did I actually move any real projects forward? So, let's get into why this approach just doesn't work, and what we can do instead. So picking up on that, let's talk about the actual toll all these little tasks take. Do you remember the last time you actually finished a workday without feeling mentally wiped?
Not lately. It's almost embarrassing how much time I've lost to just one more email or tweaking a spreadsheet. What's wild is how it all seems like quick stuff, but it can totally eat up hours without you noticing.
I know. Those supposedly 5-minute tasks multiply like rabbits. And the mental load don't even get me started. All that switching between tabs and priorities. My brain feels like it's buffering half the day.
There's actually a name for that: context switching. Every time you jump from one thing to another, your brain literally has to reboot. That's why you're so fried after a day of bouncing between little jobs. It's like running a marathon in flip-flops. Sure, you're moving, but you're not getting anywhere efficiently.
That's such a good analogy. And it's a recipe for burnout, right? You're always on, but nothing ever feels truly done. So how do you start to break that cycle? Funny you mentioned breaking the cycle, because for me, automation was a total game changer. Tiny tweaks, like canned email replies or auto-scheduling, suddenly gave me back these chunks of time. It felt like discovering a secret level in a video game.
It's like magic, isn't it? A 15-minute repetitive email becomes a 30-second job with a template. And here's the thing. People sometimes worry automating means losing the human touch, but really it's just about giving your brain some breathing room for the work that only you can do.
Exactly. Automation isn't about turning into a robot. It's about freeing yourself up for creative stuff, or even just to take a real lunch break for once. And outsourcing is another lifesaver. Handing off my inbox or scheduling to a VA felt weird at first, but wow, was it worth it?
That's the thing, nobody can be in two places at once. Getting a support team or VA to handle the background noise means you can actually focus on clients, strategy, or heck, even take a vacation without your phone glued to your hand.
Right? It's about working smarter, not harder. Which brings me to the real kicker: changing how we think about delegation. After all, so many high achievers swear by their do-not-do list. Delegation used to sound like giving up or admitting defeat to me, but now I see it's actually a power move.
I felt the same way. For ages, I thought if I wasn't doing it all, maybe I was slacking. But the reality is, knowing what not to do is honestly the difference between sinking and scaling. The most successful people I know are ruthless about delegation.
Totally. It's like, why spend my creative energy on calendar Tetris when someone else can handle it in half the time? Delegating isn't giving up control. It's actually about taking control of your priorities.
Plus, there's a weird sort of relief when you realize the world doesn't end if you let go of some tasks. It frees you up mentally and emotionally, and honestly, sometimes the things you delegate get done better than if you did them yourself.
That actually reminds me, let's give folks listening a super simple way to get started with this mindset shift. So here's our challenge for everyone. Pick just one task this week to automate or delegate. Think about the stuff you dread every day. Maybe it's answering the same email for the 10th time, or scheduling meetings.
I love that. For me, it started with saving a simple email template. Suddenly, the time I'd spend crafting basically the same message over and over dropped to seconds. Or, if you're feeling bold, try hiring a VA for just a couple hours to tackle your inbox. It's wild how much lighter that makes your week feel.
Seriously, even a tiny change can feel huge. Imagine what you'd do with that extra hour. Finally finish that client proposal, sneak in a walk, or just take a guilt-free coffee break.
Exactly. That first win is what makes you realize, hey, maybe I don't have to do it all after all. And once you taste a bit of that freedom, it's pretty addictive.
So give yourself permission to start small and see where it leads. Let's wrap up with a quick recap and a little extra motivation. Today we dove into why doing it all is a one-way ticket to burnout, and how automation plus outsourcing hand you back control. We want to know what's one task you'd happily hand off right now? Share with us on LinkedIn or Instagram, seriously. I love hearing your stories.
And just a heads up, NielServices is celebrating our launch with a free 1-week trial of our support services this September. If you've ever wondered how it feels to actually get time back, now's your chance to try it out. No strings attached.
And don't miss next week's episode. We're diving deep into the black hole known as email, plus 3 clever ways to finally tame your inbox. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Remember, productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. See you next week.